Hello, hello again. What you're looking at next to me is an animal. This is a microscopic animal. You can almost see it with your eyes, and sometimes if you get a really big one, you can. But this is called a hydra. Hydra are, like I said, a member of the animal kingdom. They have a thick body, they have a little foot on the bottom, and they have tentacles. So those tentacles work just like a jellyfish tentacles or a Portuguese man-o-war tentacles. They have stinging cells, and they capture microscopic food. They'll pull it in toward the center. You can kind of see the center of all the tentacles. There's a little mouth in there, and it will pull food into that hollow body, and it will digest its food. And then any waste or any leftovers will kind of just leave the body, like through the membrane of the organism. They are very, very tiny. They live in fresh water. And the reason I'm showing you this is this organism reproduces by budding. Budding is a form of asexual reproduction. It's a form of cloning that some organisms on Earth use to make copies of themselves. So Hydra will grow baby Hydra straight out of their side. And it'll start like a little bud, and it'll grow and grow and grow, and then it will pinch off and float downstream where it will live as a clone, probably not far from its parent. It takes about 2 days for a clone to then clone itself. Obviously, it's zooming in on the tentacles to see if I can skip ahead in this video at all. Here's some more Hydra. That little swimming thing is called a Daphnia, and it has caught one. It will sting it. Daphnia is pretty big. It probably will get away, and the Hydra probably couldn't eat that whole thing. But it might be able to get some nutrients out of it. But they are very short-lived little organisms. Lots of things will eat them and find them and just eat them. They'll anchor themselves on rocks or stationary objects in fresh water. So as the water runs by, it will bring food, which it will grab with its tentacles, pull into its mouth, and eat. But they reproduce by budding. I'm going to pause this and switch. I can remember how. Yeah, to your notes page. So in your notebook, you have a page that looks like this. We made it yesterday. Hopefully you cut out this little image of a Hydra budding. I'm going to be switcheroo-y here. Same page, okay? But I want you to add a couple things. 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is an image that is showing you chronologically how a Hydra buds. That's a little young bud. It grows, gets bigger and bigger, has its own tentacles, and actually sometimes it will feed while it's still attached to the parent, which is kind of crazy. But then it will pinch off, and the daughter Hydra will just... Sorry, girls. Some kids eating lunch in here. And then the daughter Hydra will just float downstream. So the definition I'd like you to put in your notebook right here. Offspring occurs when a second organism forms from an outgrowth. Hydra is your main example. That's an animal. But you also have yeast, a member of the fungi kingdom. Let me show you an image. Of course, if you didn't get all this, just hit pause. I just saw it. I just saw it. Haha, it's behind me. But behind me, you'll see an image of yeast. Yeast, actually, let me see if I can pull it down. Let me just see if I can pull it down. Hold on. All right, this is much better. The image that's behind me is now what you see all around me. But this is yeast. Yeast, please, oh boy, I hope you remember that yeast is a member of the fungi kingdom. It is a fungus. Use antifungal if you get athlete's foot. This is stuff that's growing between your toes. So yeast is another organism that reproduces asexually. It copies itself, clones itself. 100% of the DNA is passed from parent to offspring by budding. Now, I think I've got a little, yeah. So that's a bud. This is a bud. This is a bud about to be a bud. There's another bud. All those are baby yeast. They're going to grow and grow and grow to be about the size of the parent, and then they just pop off. And then yeast, there's more yeast. That's it. They copy themselves. So it follows the same definition you just put in your notebook. The offspring occurs when an outgrowth grows and grows and grows, pinches off, and makes another member of the population. That's it. That's budding. I have a couple videos below me that I want you to watch about this and Hydra. I love Hydra. They're just so cool, and there's something that they do that's so neat that I can't teach you about Hydra and then keep that part a secret. They're kind of immortal. Enjoy.